the UFC deal with ESPN now, and they have the guaranteed money. And Luke Thomas told me, this is in our conversation I had with him on Saturday in DC, is the UFC now that all pay-per-views on ESPN, ESPN's paying them like every pay-per-view does 500,000 buys, which is huge. It's hard for them to hit 500,000 buys. It's huge. So now that they have this guaranteed money, they extend their contract by 2 years. We don't know the figures of any of that. But now, and you can see this when Conor announced retirement and people went to Dana and went, dude, what are you guys going to do? Before, Dana was like, no, I'm not worried about that. We'll get him back. And then they kind of spin it, and then there's rumors, and they make sure he's still involved. Dana went, cool, man. Yeah, sells a lot of whiskey. We're good.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, fuck. The power has left the fighters, all the fighters. Because now that they have this guaranteed nut, they're covered, they're balling. There's no more pay-per-view stars. The pay-per-view star model's over. So now they don't it was a business model that was predicated on huge pay-per-view stars. Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, obviously Conor McGregor, Anderson Silva, these guys, these bigger than life names, and they put all the resources into them, and they had the marketing machine behind them. You're never going to see that anymore. That's over with. So if you didn't think your fighter got huge kind of push before, it's going to get way worse. They don't have to. They're set. They're in cruise control. In America, they just went cruise control. Cool. We don't have to bank on stars. We don't have to push anyone. Now, if I'm a fighter, if I'm Stylebender, if I'm, let's say, Kelvin Gastelum to win, if I'm Jon Jones, if I'm Amanda Nunes, Holly Holm when they fight, if I'm freaking, any of these champions, Max Holloway, any of these guys, and I'm a big name in the sport, I'm hiring my own publicist now. You got to tell your own story, because now that the UFC's in cruise control, so you're crazy if you think they're not building stars anymore. That's not happening. Internationally, they're going to put the resources there. Here, they're set. You will never, ever see someone as famous as Conor McGregor ever in the UFC again.
Damn.
It was the perfect storm in order for that to happen. They sold the company at $4 billion because of him and Ronda and these huge names. And that was the model, and that worked back then. But now that they're sitting pretty, they have this guaranteed money. They don't have to make stars. You're just going to get fights now. Good fights, great fights. That's all you're going to get. So if you're sick of the entertainment era, it's officially over. That's what that ESPN deal to me went, oh, it was fun. And like all that shit talking and stuff like that, it was fun. It's over. The entertainment era is officially over. So it's good and bad, right? I'm not saying this is a bad thing. It's good and bad. It's good and bad. The bad thing is now that's just on there. Justin Gaethje made, I think, $4,000 from Reebok being the headliner.
Oh, because he just barely joined the UFC not too long ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we don't know the guaranteed money that the UFC gets for those 500,000 pay-per-views. So the fighters have no share in that now. Obviously, there's no share in that. The sponsors, the amount of the eyeballs now to each fighter dwindles down. So, again, it's not a bad thing. If you're sick of all the shit talking and guys doing things to stand out, and it's officially over. It ended with Conor McGregor and the ESPN deal.
We'll see if it's good.
Well, if you're a fan of fighting and not the bullshit and the WWE antics, you should celebrate this. That's over. Now, if you're a fighter and trying to stick out and have a life after fighting and get your name big, that's over.
No, that's not good.
For the fighters, this is a way worse deal. So, and this is always, back in the day, when I say back in the day, last month before the ESPN deal, if you could get so big where you're making great endorsements outside the cage, the UFC was pushing you, you were getting pay-per-view points, you could make life-changing money. That old model is gone now. So the day and age of the huge superstar in the UFC is completely gone.